I think if you want to be competitive in the industry, you got to go to culinary school. Learning all the fundamentals slowly in a classroom and not on the fly in a restaurant.
There are many times when students can go to a small program or to a school that maybe doesn't have the type of faculty that ICE has. You can really see it in their knife skills right when they come into the kitchen.
The instructors at ICE are chefs that have worked in some of the greatest restaurants in the country. So they're bringing that homegrown intensity to the students.
They kind of hit the ground running when they come out of the school. They're above the curve with the other schools that are out there. New York City is the city that never sleeps, and it'll chew you up and spit you out if you're not ready for the pressure. Because they were trained in New York, they don't get too starstruck when they get into a fast-paced kitchen.
It's a very, very intense program. You get in, you get out, and then you're professionally cooking as soon as possible.
I love working with ICE graduates. They're very focused, they're very passionate and determined because they very often left another field to come into culinary.
And when you get people that have life experience on top of starting a new career, then you get those layered and complex people that really enrich the food industry.
They are well prepared, they have vigor, they're excited to be in the kitchen or in the dining room.
In all my restaurants, I depend on a lot of young students, and ICE is one of the schools also we favor a lot.
Well, my sense about alumni of ICE is that they should all work for us instead of only some of them working for us.
I know Danny Meyer's trying to cherry pick all the good students, but once in a while, Paul Drew, but the ICE students always do a spectacular job. We're always very impressed with their background. Their education is always very prominent.
A student going to ICE wants to be a great chef. They give them the tools to make those steps possible.
There's so many new techniques in the kitchen, whether it's sous vide cookery, whether it's immersion circulators, things that have been maybe not always taught are now being taught at ICE. And so this is very key. So when a student comes into the kitchen, they already have a grasp.
By being exposed early on in your education to so many different modern techniques and equipment, I think a lot of students don't have to wait the years to be exposed to different things later on, and they can find their true calling early on.
My first impression of the new ICE facilities, I'm blown away. It's absolutely stunning.
It's completely state-of-the-art. It's like no other culinary school that I've seen in terms of the technology, the space, the layout.
The new space at ICE is great. The views, the light, the air, it changes how you learn.
And you can just see everybody's walking a little differently and moving a little quicker.
The chocolate room, oh my God, that is like state-of-the-art.
ICE is really a think tank with all the new facilities that they have at the school, whether it's the hydroponic facility or the chocolate lab. And so therefore, they already have a head start when it comes to other students going out of culinary school.
They're doing a lot of the new molecular cooking. They're expanding their horizons beyond the classics. And there's a whole world out there. And the fusion of cuisines is much more refined than it was 20 years ago. And they're really looking at that and capturing that. Find your culinary voice at ICE.
At ICE.
At ICE.
At ICE.
At ICE.
At ICE.